You very rarely see discussions on prevention of disasters. You just see, what do we do? The disaster happened. Well, the disaster didn't have to happen. So say the disaster does happen. Depends on how the bone is broken. Is it splintered? Is it a clean break? Is it a twisted type of break? And so you would need someone to assess the break, usually by palpation, but generally by x-ray. And so we could have local clinics with just a simple x-ray machine, give DMSO right away, immediately give DMSO orally, apply it topically, and then get an x-ray, which the DMSO will prevent the x-ray damage, and then assess. Okay, yes, we can approximate the bone here, and then we will cast it. And we will continue to use DMSO and topical magnesium and tissue salts and minerals like shilajit and vitamin D and all the fat-soluble vitamins, ideally through our food, but however we can get them to assist the bones to recover. Boron and all of the aspects of bone that would help it rebuild. We will make sure our nutrition is supporting that. Yes, we will drink the urine, because the urine will be the fastest way to heal, especially after something's just happened, an emergency. The urine has the information within 20 seconds of what's happened to already begin the repair process or the antidote. And so that also should be employed. And then, okay, now we figured it out. We see what's going on. We're going to set it this way. Off we go. That would be the ideal. But, this is then normal settings or usual settings. The ambulance comes, they just cart you away. They already put IVs in you. They're already checking your blood pressure and doing all this kind of stuff. And then you're into a different mindset at that point too. You're into, they're going to do stuff to me, right? I'm now a victim. Somebody's going to do stuff to me. They're not giving homeopathic arnica to stop internal bleeding. They're not giving homeopathic aconitum to deal with the initial trauma and shock, to clear the trauma from the body, because we've lost that mechanism also. Normally, if you see an animal who's in pain and that once they recover, they shake it off physically, right? They shake the trauma out of their body. The cortisol comes out of their muscles. We don't do that. We just keep building up cortisol in the muscles, building it up, and wonder why we're mentally having problems as well and emotional issues. So then they say, we have to have surgery. We have to put this. I would say if anybody's in that situation, say, no, thank you. I do not want titanium in my body. Please set my bone like how it used to be. Anything micro splinter, the body will actually deal with. You can use homeopathic silica and it will push any bone fragments and splinters out of the body or dissolve them inside the body. The bone actually also can regrow itself, believe it or not. It can heal fully, but you have to give it the right conditions to do so. We could use things like PEMF devices or frequency devices. One of the ones I love and promote is the iTeraCare wand, a terahertz frequency device. Upregulate, detox, and healing quite remarkably, right? They don't employ these things. You would have to know how to do this at home and what to do after care. So yeah, in a perfect world, we would prevent it. And if it did happen, we would have local clinics that know how to set bones, that know how to administer natural remedies to help it heal quickly and properly. And only very rarely would it need maybe a secondary surgery or something if something didn't heal right or there was something else going on. But then again, that could be addressed from maybe somebody's emotionally not well, and their meridians are being affected. They're blocking themselves from healing properly, or whatever their backstory is. A proper history taking would highlight what the problem would be, which is not done, of course, in a hospital setting. They're not going to take a full history from birth to see where your blockages are. They're not going to put acupuncture needles in your leg. They're starting to use some of the electrical devices or some of the energy vibrational medicine a little bit more now, which is interesting. But ultimately, there's choices that you have to make at that point to have a proper recovery for yourself.